Okay, so today we're going to be interviewing my dad, also known as John Riley. Um, First, let's start with just a basic, little bit information about yourself. Like, where'd you go to college? What sport did you play? And what position did you play in that sport?
Went to college at Wayne State College. Um, the sport I played was football. The position kind of changed as I was there. I started as a receiver and then realized I would rather hit somebody than get hit, so I switched to a linebacker.
And so that was just a little bit about yourself. So, the purpose of this interview is for my purpose because, as you know, I'm going to be becoming a collegiate athlete at the same level as you were playing. And so it's just an interview on some advice you would give to me. So the first question I would ask are, what would you say are some pros and cons of being a collegiate athlete?
Pros and cons. Well, the first thing that comes to mind as a pro is that, and I think some things that you've probably heard from coaches and so forth and other interviews you've done, but not everybody gets to. I think that it is a God-given privilege and ability to be able to partake, especially at the college level, in some of those activities. Other pros, again, is just being able to enjoy a sport you love with other people that love it as much as you do. It's something that helps bond you with other men in ways that not many things can. So that's you build everlasting friendships through it, because you go through ups and downs and bumps and bruises, and so those are some of the things I loved about it. Some of the cons, it takes away some of your time, and I don't know if I'd necessarily say freedoms, but you just have to redirect where you spend your time. So you might miss out on other friends that are going to do something different. So, but it's a sacrifice that you make that's well worth it. It's just at the time it's kind of hard to miss on some of those things.
What do you think, from your experience, was the worst decision that you made as a collegiate athlete? It can be about anything, just college or football or whatever.
The worst decision? I would probably say trying to just hurry it too much. It's a big jump from high school to college, especially when you played six-man football like me. There's twice as many guys running around on the field. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit of a growing learning curve, both intellectually and physically. And as you know, I'm pretty impatient. So, I expected to maybe do some things that I just wasn't going to be able to do right away. And as I've said before, just keep getting up and keep working at it, and things will work out. So I'd say just hurrying things too much and being impatient was probably one of the biggest mistakes I made.
So just as we wrap up this quick interview, just some general pieces of advice as for myself as an up-and-coming collegiate athlete, like any tips, tricks, or life hacks that someone going to college should know just in general, or just basically some of the best advice you can conjure up for me, like maybe just quick 3 points or however many you want to do.
So I guess one of my tips, at least academically, would be to stay ahead of things. As I kind of mentioned earlier in the interview, just work on something, even if it's for 30 minutes or an hour when you have time to, so that you don't, because it'll load up on you and then it becomes stressful, and then you're up all night, and then you get behind the 8 ball, and we've all been there, and it'll happen, but it's not near as much fun as just being prepared and having things done. So I would say that for sure on the academic side. The other thing is just college is the best time of your life. Just don't take your independence too far. Keep sight of the things that you wanted to achieve when you go there. And I'm a big list person, so make a list of what you want to get accomplished and have that somewhere near your bedside, and just give a glance at that every night, and just make sure you're working towards your goal, and enjoy the fun times when you can, because they might be once a day, they might be once a month. You just really don't know what will be on your plate. And thirdly, I would just say to pick good people to hang out with. I always found it advantageous to watch people a little bit, and if you see how they treat other people and you respect how they treat other people, then that's probably somebody I'd like to get to know. When you hang out with good people, they help give direction if it's needed, and you can help give direction to them, and there's mutual respect, and they can change your life, having the right kind of group of friends around.
Yeah, it sounds like 3 great points. Just stay focused on your goals, make good friends, and don't get too far behind academically. Well, I appreciate your time and all the advice that you've given to me, and I just thank you for your time and doing this interview.
No problem. My pleasure.